welcome to AP Workshops. Welcome to our Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. Our Wednesday walk around. Amber came to me this morning and said, you know what, we haven't done a walk around for a little bit. It's time to do one. So welcome to AP Workshops. Welcome to one of our walk arounds. The whole point of a workshop walk around is just to let you know what we've got going on in the workshop, show you what's happening. We've got a great little bike in that we've had in for a full service and a bit of a suspension setup today. It's absolutely just some old school cool. So I'm just going to show you what's going on. So in the Northern Hemisphere, summer is coming, spring is about to spring. I think it's this weekend coming that we are about to put the clocks forward. No, you spring forward, don't you, into spring. That's it. So basically, spring forward. Yeah, spring forward, that was it, yeah. So basically we are going to sort of lose an hour or gain an hour or whatever it is, but spring is coming. Do you know what? It has been a long ass winter. I am so excited to get out and ride on the bikes. You can feel a little buzz, a little bubble in the air of what's going on. It is so exciting. So you guys in the Southern Hemisphere, sorry guys, that's it. We're going to take over from here. Let us know what we're going on. Let us know how you're getting on. Leave a little comment below. Let us know what's happening. We are so excited for it here. So welcome to AP Workshops. Welcome to a little walk around. I have actually been for a ride on my bike. I broke my Tuono out a couple of days ago and Matt's just been for a ride on it just to shake the cobwebs off it. Far too fast for me. Far too fast for me. But we'll get used to it hopefully as we're going along. So what we got, Matt's Triumph. Do you know what? Speed triples. I know, as well as you know, that we do other bikes, that we love riding other bikes. We only fix the Aprilias in the workshop, but we do like to ride other bikes. I've ridden that Speed Triple. It is amazing. I mean, like absolutely amazing. So but that's Matt's daily as it goes upstairs. You might have spoke to him on the phone. He's kind of stepping in for a little while on the upstairs and helping Ross out as it goes. So this Gen 2 belongs to Rob from Bristol. Oh, Rob had a bit of a problem with I think, what was it that caused him his problem? That was it, the wiring to the side stand switch. Christ, that caused some consternation. But we got it sorted out, no problems. That is absolutely beautiful. Stu Eckersley, Stu, blue and white Tuonos do rule. I know you watch these, so blue and white Tuonos do rule. That Power Commander is on its way. We will get there on that one. So let's keep walking on in here. My LC, do you know what? I got the bits back for my engine. I did actually get the bits back from the engine. So project Build My Grotty LC does start soon, very, very soon. My old race bike. Do you know what? Do you know anybody that wants a nutty CRF 150? Because this is absolutely ridiculous. We raced British Championship mini bikes. I think it was 2017, and this was my race bike. Fastest bike out there, no question. Shame about the fat person riding it. There you go, my Harley. I know people are going to mock me for my Harley. I don't care. Get over it, ladies and gentlemen. Now this bike here, there you go. Some people, and a lot of people, have been asking about this. This bike belongs to Bertie Simmons from Classic Mechanics magazine. Go and have a look. This will be featured in there soon. Basically, he bought a grotty Tuono that was absolutely, looked like it had been kept in the canal. It was absolutely disgusting.
Oh, you nasty.
I can categorically state I have never drilled out so many bolts off one bike that I have done on this one. I think it worked out to about 9 or 10 different bolts that I had to pull out and drill out on this bike. The paintwork's been done by Dream Machine. He's gone to town on it. He's made it really, really nice. That bike is great. It just needs a bit of time. Just needs riding now. So Bertie, I know you watch this. Come and get your bike, mate. Come and ride your bike. You'll love it. Definitely. Right, we've got my Grom over there. Like I said, the Grom, in fact, we even charged the battery on that because now we can start using that as a daily. Absolutely. An old engine. That's still Stu's old engine bits. Just waiting for him to come and get that. Waiting for him to come and get that. What we got? The bowl door. The bowl door is probably sold. That's going to Spain. I think we've got a gentleman coming over from Spain coming to grab that. I hope, all being well, in a week or two. I think that, isn't it? The Easter break is coming over to get that one. That's should be coming over to get that. That's just beautiful. That's coming up in a few features that we've got coming up with some other manufacturers of spare parts and stuff that we've got. So watch this space for that one. Dave Smith, that's his Road King. Again, another Harley. I can see him turning your nose up. Don't worry about it, lads. Get over it. It's absolutely fine. Right, Amber's Grom. What's happening to your What's happening to your What's happening to your bike, Amber?
I'm getting sparkly black wheels.
Sparkly black wheels. She's having sparkly black wheels on her Grom. Do you know what? If you want sparkly black wheels on your Grom, you have them. That's how it works.
All powder coating, don't know when they're back.
I think the guys around the corner have got that. They came round and they was bringing these paint chips, weren't they? Absolutely like sparkly wheels. Fair enough if that's what you want. Right, just follow me over here.
My trip's quite dark here too.
Just if it's, we've just got to mind people don't trip up. So this is the SP that has been sitting around in our workshop without any bodywork in it for some time. We have started working on it. This bike is basically, we're restoring this for a gentleman called Lewis, who basically is, I think he's a Spanish guy who lives in Japan. And this bike is actually going to end up going to Japan. So what we're doing is building him to his instructions. We're building a bike that is not perfect, but is an absolutely beautiful rider, because he wants to ride it. He rides his bikes on, I think he's in Tokyo. But if you're listening and watching, how you do, mate? Good to talk to you. We've been sending messages across just recently about what's been going on with it. So basically we've got some fresh discs. We're just going through the brakes now, cleaned everything up. We've just took everything off because it looks like it had just been left, which is a shame really for one of these. But some fresh tyres. The chain look was absolutely matted. So do you know what? We pulled it, cleaned it. Andy, who works here, just basically spent an entire day kind of disinfecting it to try and stop something from catching things off it. Anything that was not standard. I know, Amber's laughing. It's true, man. It was mouldy and fungus.
Oh! Ew!
Fungus filled. It was. But you know what? It is absolutely banging now. That is starting to look like a proper bike. We've just got to find a little bit of bodywork on it. So if somebody has 98 to 2,000 bodywork set that they could supply or they feel like selling to me, I am looking. I am in the market. Send us an email, sales@apworkshops.co.uk. I would really appreciate it. I need two sets of 98 to 2,000 bodywork. As long as it ain't bashed up and battered, I don't worry about it, but I'm looking for a couple of sets, please, if you're really, really looking for it. Thanks very much. I really appreciate it. Let us know or leave a comment, something along those lines. But like I said, so Lewis SP number 142, is it? On its way to Japan. I hope, like I said, once we've actually got that sorted out, it should be an absolute little dream. I am going to film a road test on it. I've done probably 2 or 3 road tests on those bikes these days, but do you know what? I'm going to do another one just because they're just so special. There's such a weird difference from the standard ones because of the short stroke motor on them. The way that they kind of accelerate and the way that they rev up, you can tell it's different. It's just one of those things that I kind of really... Well, you don't get... How often do you get a chance to ride an homologation special bike? You know, once a year maybe. If you look at... I do. I get the chance once a year. So I'll take that chance. But we'll do a road test on that, no problems, when we've got it. But we're still a little way from that at the moment as it looks, because I'm not going to ride on brakes with that kind of dirt in it, that kind of stuff. So, but we're working on that one. So today's work has been on an O2, a silver O2 RSV, which has been basically in the past probably left not looked after in the past a little bit, or it's been looked after but it's just not been set up properly or by anybody that knows what they're doing. But it belongs to Roy. Roy's over there. Do you want to say hello? There you go. Doesn't matter whether you want to get in this video or not, you are, that's it, and that's it. So, but basically it looked like it had been kind of just not set up properly in the past. So it took a little bit of doing to get it right, but it's amazing. I've been really trying, baby. So we're back in the room. I wanted to talk to you about a little problem that I felt. Now, we've done a sprag clutch on this, and I think we've got some film that we did earlier on when Amber was pulling the sprag clutch out. So should we pop that bit of film in there? Okay, so I'm just having a quick look at Roy's sprag clutch assembly, and I'll just give a brief explanation about what a sprag clutch is. So a sprag clutch is commonly known as a starter clutch. So the starter clutch consists of 3 parts. We've got the sprag inner, so a bearing will run around this. Then it will run at the sprag outer, so which runs around here, and then we've got a sprag bearing. So the bearing itself is basically a round or a circular sort of bearing assembly that has sort of elliptical shaped sort of bearings in it. So when if you imagine when you press the starter switch, the inner is spun from an idler gear from the starter motor, which then basically allows this to turn round, the bearings spin out, catch a hold of the sprag outer, which is then bolted to the back of a bloody hot, because I've just literally taken it off, a bloody hot flywheel. So, I mean, if you have a look, this is kind of worn because all the return springs kind of worn on it, and you can see damage on the actual bearings itself.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o!
So we've actually got some damage on the bearing outer there, so I'm going to replace that because I don't like that. And then there's some damage, which I think, to be honest with you, is just really quite superficial on this. This looks at this. So you know what? I'm going to see if I can dress this and bring this back. But that's the sprag inner. So this goes together like that. I mean, I'm not too worried. So if you imagine that goes there like that, that goes on the top like that. And that's how it goes together, and they'll spin one way but not the other, so that's how it works. All bolted to the back of the flywheel. I'm going to crack on with this, put this back together again, and get this bike back together again. Perfect, that's all done. So basically the sprag clutch, we did a sprag clutch on it and a service just to make sure we knew what was going on. But I went on a road test just not so long back, probably about half an hour ago, and I could feel a hesitation in the fueling. So if you imagine we were in sort of like third gear from about 3,000 RPM, rolling it onwards, and I could feel basically around 3,000, you could feel it sort of all of a sudden come on song, and then you get to 6,000 and you'd feel a flat spot again, and then it kind of just wasn't happy. And then obviously at about 6,500, 7,000 RPM, poof, and off it went, and it just went off like a scolded cat. Basically, the fueling was balanced on the bench, so the setup that we do for your CO setup and your throttle body balancing, that was done on the bench, and that was done lovely, that was done great, that worked out once we'd actually kind of got together. We had to kind of gather up the fueling in sort of, if you imagine a metaphorical sort of pack of cards, and kind of put everything together. It took a bit of doing because it had never been touched. But what we found on the road test was this kind of flat spot. Now what happened was, we kind of tended to find, or what it felt like to me was these flat spots that I could feel. And I could feel the flat spots, which kind of, unfortunately, I'm one of those weirdos that worked out what was going on. And I knew for a fact that we had the standard 01202 had an RP58 EPROM in. I could feel it was the standard EPROM, no questions. But we've got this exhaust on. So it got an incorrect EPROM for that exhaust, but it had got an aftermarket exhaust on. So what we did was changed it for one of our FR100s, which is the EPROM that we supply for a 01 to 03 non-collector modded bike. If you have a quick look on the website, www.apworkshops.co.uk, go and have a look for EPROMs. It kind of explains what goes on there. But we fitted the FR100, went for a road test, and then like all of a sudden these flat spots had disappeared. I could absolutely feel the difference with what was going on, but I could still feel a slight hesitance, a very, very slight hesitance, low engine RPM, wide throttle opening, and it kind of dawned on me what was going on and why we were having that kind of hesitance. So if you have a quick look here, you can see that where the collector turns from, I think it's 65mm, and goes down to 56mm here, this restriction here. And then we've got a lot thinner link pipe and quite a short end can, basically creates a problem with the fueling low down. If you've got a short end can, nothing, you'll have lots and lots of power at the top end, but it will run like shit the low down basically. If you've got a sort of if you imagine the race kit pipe, like the titanium exhaust on it that comes with a race kit, for example, you'll find that you've got a smooth transition from the collector to the silencer. You'll have over 400mm on your silencer, and then you'll have a slightly smaller exit right at the end. That's when you gather the fueling right at the bottom. That's when that kind of thing smooths out. That's when you'll benefit from EPROMs, tuning, and the correct exhaust. That's how you kind of set one of these sort of Rotax V990 engines up, the sort of the Gen 1 stuff. But look, I'm rattling on. I've just realised I'm starting to sound like a proper nerd, and I don't really want to start sounding like a proper nerd. But listen, I want to say thank you very much to Roy for coming all the way from South Wales to come and see us. Thanks very much, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And basically, I want to say thanks to everybody else for supporting us. The online orders, I am so, so grateful. Matt and Ross are upstairs, still busy, trying to pick and pack all these orders. If you can't find anything on the website that you are looking for, please drop us an email, sales@apworkshops.co.uk. You can get in touch with us via that email. Have a quick look on the website, www.apworkshops.co.uk. I just want to say a big thank you as well to our sponsors, RST Levers, ARAI Helmets, Motul Oils and GB Racing. Yes, that's it, GB Racing. They're coming on board, so we've got some film footage of those guys coming up. I'm really grateful to you guys. Ross went down to see them. Ross and Andy went down to see them yesterday. Had a look at their facility. My God, am I jealous. But look, thanks very much, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Take care, y'all. Thanks very much. Talk to you soon.